Hello, hello everybody. Welcome. Ah! It's loud. It's not the Fox News theme. What the fuck? That's the NFL. That's what? It's the NFL theme. Hello, people, and welcome. It is the final day of the group stage for the the spring split. We've got an excellent match, a much more interesting match today than we did yesterday. We're going to have the Gooners going against Cinque Formaggi. And this one has much bigger implications on the overall standings because both of them, of course, could still make it out. And it's all nice and close and very interesting. We got to make sure that the gulag is prepared so that way everyone, if they do lose, is ready to get thrown in. However, I am not sure exactly who's going to be the ones actually in there because this is going to be pretty close, I think. Some very interesting matches, but let's take a look at what happened yesterday as well. Boop. So what happened yesterday is... Wait, what? Why are they... This got updated, but this didn't get updated. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, probably overslept actually beat Return of the Goobers, solidifying that the Goobers are dead. But unfortunately, it seems as though Probably Overslept did not beat them strong enough to actually give them any sort of hope of possibly advancing out of the group. So unfortunately, they are also fucked. But then we also saw Forced Off Race actually beat Only Cannons, which is not much of a surprise. However, that does put Forced Off Race at a fairly decent position. Not the best, obviously, because they still have a -3 map score. So a lot of things will need to go their way for them to still maintain this number 3 spot after all the other matches are said and done. But they at least put themselves in a relatively decent spot. But now we have got Cinque Formaggi going against the Gooners. And a very interesting match this one is the Gooners are fighting for their lives. They, of course, with a win here, will put themselves in a nice spot to take third and possibly even second, depending on how everything rolls here. But Cinque Formaggi, of course, with a win here, will absolutely guarantee themselves a playoff spot. Potentially also securing them a top 1 position. Because if Smurf Time ends up losing, then that puts Cinque Formaggi as the only 4-1 team in Group A, so they would come out as first. But with a good map score, even with Smurf Time winning, they could still end up in first place regardless. So yeah, some interesting things on the cards today, of course. I don't know exactly how it all plays out because I hate doing math. However, basically both teams want to win, obviously. Even if the Gooners lose, I think even if Cinque Formaggi loses, if it's a close loss, I think they are still pretty safely in at least top 3. I think Cinque Formaggi has to like absolutely get blasted today for them to really not have a chance of making it. But even if it's a close loss, I think they're going to be okay-ish. If Cinque Formaggi loses, they need Blink and Dark Templar. They need Blink and Dark to lose as well. And then they'll be feeling pretty decent about themselves. But obviously they don't want to lose. And they're definitely not here to lose today. Because if they did, that would be dumb. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and move on over because we have some wonderful people to join on the desk.
Like before, we will just have a new season each time.
Hello
so
there.
The teams will be new.
Hello.
Hi, desk people. Hello. Welcome, Lorimbo and Hiroku, to the wonderful desk. How you doing today, Mr. Lorimbo?
I would prefer if you refer to me as Comrade Laurensky.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Captain Gulag. What's going on?
You know, I was really excited to cast the match, but unfortunately the powers in power have prevented me from casting. So make sure to spam every admin of ATP saying, why is Lorimbo not allowed to cast this time? There were no good reasons, I assure you. No possible good reasons were given to me. No reasons that I agreed with, let alone. No, I'm kidding. You never know if someone's actually gonna do it. I'm doing well.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here at least to join me on the desk, even though I don't want you yapping in my ear for 2 hours straight on the casting desk. So that's nice. Hiroku, welcome.
Hello. Good to be back.
How's it going? You were here just yesterday, so welcome to your demoted place on the analyst desk today. Are you excited for this excellent match?
Different.
What's up?
It is not demoted. It is different. And I understand, you know, as a hyper-religious man that you are, on the Sunday you have to cast with God because it's the day of the Lord.
Yes, as we all know, I love Jesus.
Wait, what is it? What the fuck?
That's why he can't cast with anyone else. You know, it's the day of the Lord.
It's the day of the Lord. That's why I was the one that was doing everything on Easter the other week, and no one else was available. I was fully available. I'm so in tune with my religious side that I was had no plans at all.
Yeah, as the chat is saying, I'm sorry guys, to keep up my position as possible next pope, I cannot work on Sundays. You know, that's bad. So that's the reason why I'm not casting. That's the real official reason. Feel free to share around. Lorimbo, due to his up and coming pope role, cannot cast on Sundays.
Real. Can't take the risk of getting paid.
Can't.
Yeah.
That's also true. But yeah, we got some excellent matches that we're going to be going through today. I'm very excited because we're finally going to also have Baby Marine being shown on the mainstream. So we've got Heaven versus Baby Marine first.
You've shown him already against Luolis. Oh my god.
I did?
Dementia Gemini strikes again. Yes,
okay.
you did.
Anyway, so we're going to see him again. Then we've got Gunner versus Lorimbo himself. So that'll be excellent. And then Frogos versus Arky is going to come third. Since that one will be live, so we're gonna leave the live for last, so that's very cool. We're gonna really streamed Baby Marine already? What the hell?
Yes, we did. The Baby Marine Luolis.
What the hell? What happened in that series?
I don't remember game 1, but game 2, Baby was absolutely coping. Am I misremembering this?
I feel like this was on a side stream. I don't remember even casting Luolis.
No, I feel like it was the second week.
Let me
Wasn't it the second week? Yeah, no, because they casted Hydras. Yes, it was the first match. Okay, you're actually insane. No. Because I told you cast Breva first, and you didn't know that Breva was
okay, I remember that. So I definitely remember
that. Yeah, because there was the storyline. That's what you're forgetting. Yeah. I used that as you know, Baby Marine was ambushed by Luolis, cowardly one base on Lin.
Yes. I remember now. I completely forgot that I completely forgot his role in the story. I remembered the Boanon thing so much, and then your game so much. Yeah, that's right. He was the only one to get a win. That's right. Nice.
Yeah, the only good player on my team. Yeah. So unfortunately, I already know the results of my own match and the other one, but so I cannot possibly make. Wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, internal sources at the Secret Service told me that Comrade Laurensky won a spectacular 7-0 against Gunner in a best of 2, and Comrade Brabus won 17-0 for the glory of the Empire. Once again, our members are predicted to win 17-0 and 5-0. So those are my predictions.
Damn, I didn't even know that was possible. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I got advanced intel, bro. Advanced intel.
Okay. I'm glad that we have such good intel coming in on these analysis tasks. We were really missing it in the last couple weeks. That's very good. Hiroku, what are you looking forward to the most here? What definitely stands out to you in this series?
Well, I mean, this is a banger series. We have a guy banned from Reddit for talking about what he would do to his child if he was playing Protoss. Someone who's off racing Protoss and is a kid, so he's scared to play against Heaven. And then we have Frogo, who make Reapers, and when he doesn't make Reapers, copes that Terran is unviable. And Arky, who recently discovered the power Overseers in this matchup. And then at the end, we have Gooner versus Lord Roibo, who probably ban any amount of gooning in his empire. So this is really a battle of ideology at the end. I think all three matches are amazing. I can't wait to watch the PvP, and I'm mostly, honestly, the Frogo match, Frogo Arky, is where I'm most interested.
I'm very interested in Frogo's Arky too, but also Baby Marines and Haven. I haven't watched the games. I only know the results, but I'm really curious to see how Baby Marine will perform. Last week, like not this one, last week, before anyone thinks I'm talking about this one, Baby Marine went 3-0 against Magnet after saying, I cannot win a single PvP. So apparently that was a lie. Comrade Brabus lying through his teeth about his PvP performance. And I'm really curious to see how he's gonna do this week.
Yeah, I'm just in general curious how Baby Marine's going. Because like he felt like in general like the guy, like one of the pro gamer signups that just like, oh, I want to play this. There's money in this, and then like that would be it. But apparently, like behind the scenes, he's like pretty invested and like kind of involved, right?
Yes.
Robo?
I actually wanted to say this because I got so annoyed at the start of this season because everyone kept yapping about it. Baby Marine has produced memes, interacted, practiced. Fuck, he's the hardest worker on my team. All the other guys are doing fuck all, especially Bonan. And Baby Marine, the only one who practices and shows up in time, is the one that gets randomly malaligned. It's like, fuck, everyone's like, oh yeah, Bonan, no problem. Baby Marine, who knows who Baby Marine is gonna do? But Baby Marine practiced. He was there. He made the memes. Every single game that he has played, he was there with the team, streaming it, yapping with us for an hour after it, for both his games and the other ones. Revo practiced hard. You are right, Revo. I did forget, but I was more comparing Breva with...
Revo's too normal that we kind of forgot about him for a second.
Yeah, but Revo is a normal dude. Bonan, I was expecting, something out of him. And Baby Marine, I had no expectation. And the guy, like, did everything. So I was like, you know what? He's actually working really hard. The credit where credit is due. For the Arky match, I'm going to put 15-0 for 2-0 for Arky. That's my real prediction. My advanced intel tells me another 15-0 for the glorious empire of Harry Stroska. If someone gets where this comes from, this quote comes from, I will be delighted. And that's it. That's my prediction.
Nice, excellent. Hiroku, what's your actual score prediction here?
Score, honestly, I'm very clueless. I played a Gunner yesterday in Evo, and it didn't go well because I skilled shoot 2 games, but he's also way better than me. So I'm gonna say Heaven Baby Marines probably 1-1. Frogo Arky, I like both of them, so, but I feel like Frogo's he struggles a little bit. Even if I've seen his games against Magnev, Magnev's Zerg is so bad that it doesn't really count. So it's probably like a 1-1 as well.
You're really playing with fire here.
I feel like Gunners got this because you kind of know what Lorenbo's going for, and you had so many weeks to prepare. Like, for fuck's sake, like, please.
No comment.
You should probably know what you're doing.
No comment.
So yeah, I hope for a 2-0 on Gooners. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Cinque Formaggi is gonna lose. Also because the
Oh.
drama in the group would be funny to have like
Wait,
both
what was the
3-2.
score prediction for the other two Aroku? Sorry.
1-1,
Even Breva, you
1-1,
said
and
1-1. Okay.
yeah, 1-1,
Okay.
1-1, and 2-0.
Okay.
It would honestly be funny if Lorenbo's team loses. I think that would be the most comical outcome. However, I kind of like his team for no real reason, and so it would be kind of fun to watch them win. Also,
What do you mean no real reason? What the fuck?
No, I
What the
don't.
fuck?
No
No,
real
it's just,
reason.
no, it's just like
Holy.
it's just like a gut feeling. I'm just like this team kind of. I just kind of vibe with that with your team. You know, it just kind of feels like a good team to win. Whereas the
Gemini just wants
Gooners,
to see you suffer more games, like more trauma.
well, I'm
Yeah,
saying
more
I
this season.
vibe. It's like he passes the vibe check. You know, I like just look at the team and it's like I just get that feeling of like, yeah, this team should win. You know.
It is a very chill team.
Yeah.
Pretty good vibe. I can say that. So, but everyone is convinced that I scream at my players. I only do
Well,
that on
considering
the cast.
the copious amount of evidence on
I
stream.
I only do that on the cast. There is, I have evidence every single game. I've told everyone that it doesn't matter if they lose, they just have to do their best, and I'm fine with that. I even told Bonan after he went 1-5. I told him that it's fine. You know, if you get to the playoff, please practice a bit more. Please don't force me to change you out by going 1-9 or something like that. Please, Bonan, please. Okay, I'm gonna share an inside scoop. I offered Bonan the best bait I know. I told him if we make it to the playoffs and you actually practice a bit and we win the tournament, I will film myself. I will film myself eating bitten bollen, which I've gone on record saying is the worst thing I've ever eaten. Like in terms of how much I disliked it, and I will even pretend to like them next time I go to the Netherlands. Now this is a recurring argument between me and Bonan because he thinks they are super good. So
Interesting.
Wait, was it worse than the fish and chips at Epic Lad?
the fish and chip was just shittily made. The bitter bollen, in my opinion, is like a shitty conception. Like it's just not bad
like
in
Marmite.
practice. It's also bad in theory, you know. Like the fish and chip is good in practice, but it was just poorly made. This one is just I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. You know, it's like the whole thing is cooked.
I don't know why hearing something is bad in theory to describe a food sounds so funny to me. It's like we're taking
It's like
StarCraft
confusing
terminology and applying it to just basic human survival. Like I don't know, it's kind of funny to me.
Yeah. It's like someone was like, you know, I have no surprise in the fact that such a dish was made in the Netherlands because only someone under the effect of illegal substances, whose name I cannot say, can fucking come up with something like that. It's definitely not sober cooking. I can tell you that.
Oh boy. Anyways, all right. Thank you guys for your thoughts. We're gonna get going into the matches here, so I'll come back to you guys afterwards to hear surely an incredible story that Lorenbo has cooked up to explain what the result ended up being. So.
Actually, before I go, sorry to interrupt you. This is actually important. I actually wanted to hype it up this matchup. I wanted to share with the chat for those who didn't do the math. Because Group A, unlike Group B, is actually comprised of good teams, and so competitive teams. Surprising enough, of the 4 teams that are left, basically we have no fucking clue who ends up first, second, and third.
Yeah.
It all depends on this match and the one between Blinking That and Smart Time. Like, if we win this and Smart Time does poorly, we actually end up first. And if we lose this and Blinking That Templar wins their match against Smart Time, we actually are eliminated.
Yeah.
Like, this one match can literally be from first place to 4th. It's fucking wild how the math worked out there. We have to thank the Goobers for hinting so hard they made every single other team competitive. But not hard enough to actually give like a 5-0 or something like that. That only Cannons is the only team to possibly go -16 on their score.
Is that the lowest team we've ever had any season?
I've
need to
never
defend
seen
those
someone
team,
do
but
this
it's
badly.
It's
likely
really
the worst
bad.
season.
I'm
Like
honestly
maybe someone in
gonna
like
take a
season
quick look.
2 because it was way longer, but
No, oh my god, it's not even close, dude. Oh my god.
Like, what's the worst score
Okay,
after
so the
that?
okay, so last season it wasn't even last season. The closest was -8, and that wasn't even the last place team though. But in season 2, it was -12. Macaroni and cheese.
And that was a
What?
long... Yeah,
No
and
way.
that was the
a
long ass
9
season.
matches.
no, the
9
season was like 8
matches.
weeks or something,
Yeah.
right? Or 10 weeks. I don't
9
remember. It's so
managed, and they
fucking long.
still did better than only Cannons 5.
Holy
How
shit.
do you manage that?
They went 3
How
and
do you
6,
manage
22 and 34. Oh my god. The worst
Yeah,
from
22,
last
34
season
is-
was the United States of Protoss going 12 and 20. And then yeah, this season we got 7 and 23. Shit.
Rip cannons.
Someone
that?
asked
Cooper's
who,
-8 is also pretty, it's overshadowed by the only Cannons -16.
Yeah.
But in any other series, the -8 would have been a top contender for shittiest score
yeah,
ever.
yeah. There's a lot of -2s and -3s and like -4 at the most. So yeah, -8 is also equally pretty bad, but -16 is pretty massive. Someone earlier asked, like when I was talking about the vibe check, someone asked who didn't pass the vibe check, and Only Cannons is the team that immediately did not pass the vibe check. Literally the moment that team got created, I was like, no, nothing is gonna vibe with this team. This is not gonna go well. And here we are, 5 weeks later.
I mean, the whole team was cooked from the start.
Yeah.
To be fair. Reminder that at some point we even thought that Rick was gonna have to be moved.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a whole meme. That was so like, he literally is like fucking talking about how he's 5'3" while he's in pool 2, and it's just like, wait a second, like what's going on here? Like,
he was 5'4" though. Like, I don't know why he did so poorly, but his MMR
Yeah.
was legit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I lost to Rick quite a bit too. It's like, I don't know. So let's take a look at the scores. So far Bonan is only, the only people that did worse than Bonan and Lilipad are Eco Soldier and Zerela going 0-6. Acer and Nisho are contender. They are 0-4. It has yet to be revealed how they will do. I think Acer was shown yesterday. I'm not sure. Anyway, and where is Rake? Rake is 1 and 3. So but I think that's just not updated correctly.
Well, he
what
didn't.
did
He didn't
Drake
even
do
play. He
last
didn't play.
year?
He got substituted in yesterday. So.
Oh, we count that as a 0-2. That's a slip rule. So it's actually 1 and 5. Congratulations,
rule.
Rick, on matching Bonan in your endeavors. Thank you, Gemini. You can go. I give you permission. Go in peace. Like the priest at the end of the.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the name of it. At the end of the thing that you do every Sunday for an hour.
Yeah.
We call it a mess.
Mass.
Oh, mess. Mess. Okay. At the end of the mass, they usually they go like go in peace.
Yeah. That's
The mess is over. Go in peace is the traditional way of ending it. So you can go, Gemini.
Thank you very much, Pope Larimbo. I appreciate that. We'll be back with you for our blessings after the match. So it is all set. Plenty of pre-game analysis to set the stage here, and we've got plenty of interesting things to go down. And I'm very excited specifically for all of these matches. So let us get right on into everything here so that way we can enjoy some top-level StarCraft 2 action. While I wait for OBS to work. Shkaboopy, there we go. Excellent. All right, in the top right-hand side, playing for the Gooners. It is the man that just recently got banned for making a joke about killing people on Reddit. It is Heaven. And on the bottom left-hand side, the man that was thought to be having put the least amount of effort into the ATL entirely, but little did we know, he's actually completely invested. It is none other than Rainer's brother, Baby Marine. Hella cursed intro. It's completely true. It is entirely true. That literally just happened today. It is extremely relevant. Nothing that I said was a lie. Having a hard time not breaking TOS. Alright, we're going to get 2-gate from both players, and that's very nice. I'm glad that I'm not seeing any 1-gate debauchery in this fucking stream. So that is very nice. I'm very curious to see what the PvP is going to look like. Oh, I'm literally like remembering how all these PvTs went as well with Baby Marine, since I like somehow just eliminated that from my memory. Remember the El Dorado game where Luolis completely had the game in his fingertips, and then in classic Luolis fashion didn't end up winning. So I'm very curious what his PvP is going to look like. As Heaven, of course, a mainstay of the ATL. We've seen plenty of him in the past. Will be going for his normal Gateway Man style, of course. Starting off with the good old Stalker Sentry, as he does love those early hallucinations as well. So this is not anything out of the ordinary for him. Whereas Baby Marine will be going for a double Adept opener. Not the most common thing you see every day anymore. Even going for the Stargate as well, so he's playing very aggressive for his opener. Not getting Warp Gate even, as he wants to get his Nexus down as super fast as possible. Never mind, he just forgot it. Anyways. This is going to get scouted surely from Heaven. He's going to be able to see that this is coming. He even already anticipates it entirely. Just seeing the 2 Adepts, he doesn't even want to wait for the Hallucination Scout to confirm everything. He's just putting this down literally as soon as possible, just seeing those Adepts, thinking it can't possibly be anything else except for a Stargate opener. We'll bring that the probe back in as well to just double check that the Nexus is there. Again, instead of using a hallucination, and we're going to let the Adepts in. Okay, no, we're just baiting. I'm very curious why we're not just using... Okay, there we go. We waited forever to do that. Like, literally, we waited a whole 24 seconds to do that. Oh, okay. Heaven is playing with fire a little bit here, I'm not going to lie. Right, we got the recharge on the Oracle. I'm going to put that on the Twilight Council. So, Baby Marine, all good to go here for his harassment. But, of course, Heaven is, like I said, very well prepared for this. Let's see how this goes. As we're, of course, going to have the double Adept coming in at the same time. Just kidding! That's a fake. I honestly would not have minded that. I honestly would not have minded it. This is so far very good defense from Heaven. Oh, it just barely doesn't kill any of those two. It's kind of annoying, actually. I honestly would not have minded him just YOLOing the Adepts and the Oracle together in the same spot. And then you would have actually been able to power through the battery with that. And you probably would have been able to get like 4 or 5 probes and keep the Oracle alive. Instead, now we're trying to go into the natural but lose a lot of HP for just one of the probes. Not a great opener so far, but somehow, despite all of this, Heaven is actually down 3 probes. I'm not quite sure how that's happened, but he is. He's on 4 probes now. What the hell's going on here? Oh, shit. We got 2 Adepts finally into the main base, as Heaven has been very lax on that. He could have gone into the Oracle, into the natural with the Oracle to get a couple more as well. Unfortunately, wasn't quite paying attention. That Terran multitask apparently not up to the challenge here as a Protoss. But we will have a Stalker pressure coming into the front, and I don't really think that this is what Heaven is trying to look for. I mean, this is plenty of Stalkers. I'm not sure what made Heaven think that he could actually go for something like this. Gonna lose absolutely everything at the front. Wait, what? When the fuck did that get there? What the hell? Alright, Blink is done now. What the fuck? When did that get there? Okay. We're still trying to pressure with Blink now, but the timing window for this to actually have actually do anything is very, very low. So that's not really going to do that much. And now we're still down a pretty significant amount of workers. Oh, we found the Oracle though on the retreat, so that's actually quite nice. Getting rid of that Oracle is going to alleviate a lot of pressure on Heaven. Will feel much more free to just move all of his units around the map, even more so than he just was. But this fast third base comparatively is going to be doing much better for... I keep wanting to say Breba because the Rimbo said it, and it rolls off the tongue very nicely. But I feel like I don't know him like that, so I can't just, you know, I can't just drop those names or anything, you know? Is this gooning on Formaggi taste? What? What does that mean? Hydra, what do those words mean in that sentence together? Like Formaggi pizza? Is this gooning on Formaggi taste? Why did he not finish that? Oh my god, that could have been huge damage. But instead, we're going to just lose them to the Stalkers in the natural. A bit unfortunate for Baby Marine. I have no idea what Hydra is trying to say right now. Anyways. Oh, Baby Marine remade an Oracle. That's kind of interesting. He remade it to make some stasis wards and stuff throughout the map. I honestly don't mind it. I've never seen those things die naturally, actually. I feel like I don't mind this, but it's obviously a lot of resources to go put into another Oracle. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I think it's quite nice. And I mean, this is going to be a very nice attack. We have so many more Stalkers coming out from Baby Marine compared to Heaven. He doesn't even have a battery here, actually. I just realized. It's extremely risky. I'm actually amazed about this. And Heaven is really just sitting here with way less Stalkers and no Defender's advantage whatsoever. Although I guess we do not have a Prism with this attack as Baby Marine. So this is the only amount of units that he will have for this attack. However, the Micro is decent enough that it's keeping him alive for now. Heaven will be able to barely stay alive. But with this fourth base already almost on the way, and it's in full vision as well. Actually, never mind. We got the fourth base from Heaven as well. I thought he did not make one because I'm stupid. Not quite over yet for Heaven. However, this is not exactly looking amazingly. Wait, did we have charge? Oh, yes, we do. Okay. We just don't really have any zealots yet. All right, Stasis Ward gonna go down into the natural. Is Heaven paying attention? Oh, no he's not. That's an entire mineral line dead for the time being. And we got the push up into the third base at the same time to allow that to happen. One battery on the defensive is only going to heal up so many Stalkers, and this is looking very nice for Baby Marine as we have a recall of a few Zealots to come and try and help out. Any unit is needed to be able to push off this number of Blink Stalkers. But it seems like the rest of them were able to actually kill off the fourth base, which is surprising. Oh, Immortal, please don't just suicide yourself. Holy shit. Killing off that fourth base is actually very, very big. That's an extremely risky Blink forward. I'm surprised he went for that. But killing off that fourth base is actually massive. He's going to be able to see this Stasis Ward coming down as well, so that's nice. He'll be able to dodge that with just one probe. And that is a bit of a... that is definitely a... What is the word? Stabilizing point here for Heaven, as he's also got his +2 weapons upgrade in front of Baby Marine. So if Heaven can just kind of stabilize a little bit more on these 4 bases before Baby Marine's able to get his 4th base up, killing off these free Zealots would be nice to do that. Then he might be cooking. However, a Blink Stalker attack right targeting the 3rd base is going to absolutely put a stop in that plan. That is extremely unfortunate. Losing the Observer as well, so that extra vision is now lost. Baby Marine says a base for a base. No problem on my end. He's doing pretty good for himself. He's going to be getting a 5th base very quickly here too. Already almost finished. Going into Robo Bay for Disruptors. Baby Marine is cooking. He's absolutely cooking in this match. Heaven is kind of left scrambling, just trying to figure out what he can do. He's trying to just, I don't know, send a whole bunch of random Zealots somewhere. He's just trying to split his units, honestly, I think is what he's doing. He's just trying to make sure he defends both of his bases because he knows that he's been getting picked apart this whole time. Okay, never mind. He's going to regroup everything. Full vision, though, from Baby Marine to see this army moving out. Heaven unaware of the fact that this Xel'Naga Watchtower has been taken. So perfectly in position is Baby Marine. A blink to the side to try and get some more surface area. That's a lot of Zealots. This army from Baby Marine isn't quite well equipped, as we do now have the other Zealots on the right side coming in to help get on top of those Immortals. That's actually massive. And we have the Disruptor now coming in as well. It's going to be able to get a nice fat shot, assuming it doesn't just suicide itself. Will blink forward to snipe it, but that means we were blinking into a reinforcing charge lot wave. And this is absolutely toast for Heaven. Baby Marine finding the first victory in a very crucial match of these two teams. Nicely done, Baby Marine. So we're going to zoom right on ahead to get going into the next one as well. All right. Brava Supremacy. Breva. Is his name? Is that his actual name? Is his, what is his name? Why do we call him Breva? Is that his name, or what is it? I don't know. Anyways, top left hand side. Playing for the Gooners. Oh, just a nickname? Okay. His name is Andrea? You serious? Interesting. It's Heaven on the top left. And on the bottom right hand side is none other than Baby Marine. It's one of the most common male names in Italy. That's wild to me. That is absolutely wild to me. What is the correct pronunciation? Like where am I putting the emphasis? Andrea. Like that. Yeah, okay. It just sounds like his name is Andre. And then you just put a Italian pronunciation on it. Andrea. We already have Rotterdam. What do you mean? After I name my firstborn Maganatha, my secondborn will be Andrea. Comrade Andrea. What is the second pylon positioning from Baby Marine? What the hell is this? What the fuck? What is this second pylon positioning? Wow. Honestly... Oh, he's going 3-gate. Okay. Still, though, what the hell? If I look at that as Heaven, I'm just, like, getting baited into making an Oracle, even though I never do that. I'm just like, fuck you, I'm making an Oracle. You are no way are you putting your third pylon now in your main mineral line. Disappointed by the lack of Forge First? Well, do I have news for you? Go check out the VODs. You can definitely see a couple of those from yesterday. Gonna be the early sentry yet again from Heaven. We'll see if he goes for the early scout. He's actually going for an early Twilight Council. Very interesting. Will be proxying his own pylon as well. Are we seeing a one base blink all in versus a... Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's a Stargate. Wait, did he cancel? Wait, am I stupid? He was making a gateway up here, wasn't he? I thought he was making a gateway. I might just maybe have completely I just didn't see it correctly. Okay, never mind. It is just an Oracle opener. And we are going to get this scouted nice and quickly. So it is just going to be a oh my god, it's a proxy DT. Honestly, kind of based. I actually kind of love going Sentry Stalker and then doing the worst possible thing afterwards. As the sickest mind game. You're just like, yep, I'm going to open Sentry Stalker. Let's go for something that makes literally no reasonable sense whatsoever after that. And that's a Dark Shrine. So let's see if Baby Marine can put 2 and 2 together here. He's going to see, of course, that this Nexus is a little bit slower than it really should be, given a normal Sentry Stalker opener. We're also going to see this very early Twilight finishing and nothing being upgraded. And the out-of-position Stalker Sentry is going to allow these Adepts to get a few probe kills and a probe pull. One of the downsides of not having your probe in the wall to deal with the Adepts coming in is, of course, the fact that they can get in. And as Baby Marine put 2 and 2 together, it doesn't quite look like he has just yet. This Oracle has not been used, though, and it is now going to scout around a little bit. But the fact that it's not at home... and it is the only form of a detection. I was about to say, and there's about to be multiple DTs. Okay, there we go. I do not think that Baby Marine is ready for this Dark Templar attack. This is going to do a good amount of damage, I think. Although the Oracle is coming home at the right second. Oh my god, is this barely gonna see the Dark Shrine in time? Oh, we see it with just a little bit of heads up. Is this enough leeway? He's going to be able to move the Stalkers in position to block the ramp. Just gets the pylon itself. This is huge for Baby Marine. That extra 2 seconds of reaction is going to give him so much room to defend this attack now. We will be able to kill this one pylon, but the Stalker... oh, he's just going to recall the DT. He doesn't trust that he's going to be able to get anything inside. Wow. Excellent crisis management from Baby Marine. And a little bit of luck on top to be able to scout that Dark Shrine just barely in time. If that Oracle doesn't go down there, then those 2 DTs absolutely get into the mineral lines without any advance notice. And that's a difference of 7+ probe kills right there. Absolutely clutch movement on the Oracle to scout that in time. Still will be able to get a faster third base from Heaven's side since he has a little bit of extra map control now with these with this DT opener. But the game is not over. So I'm watching the Heavens stream and he's warping in DTs directly under a Raven. Isn't this a bad idea? I type in chat. Instantly he snaps and says, "Mate, they're permanently invisible. You're just like you're permanently banned," and the screen went black. I'm gonna make a new account and come back tomorrow. EMF, I saw, I've been seeing you doing a lot of copy pastas in chat lately. I'm quite enjoying them. I was seeing them yesterday in Pig's channel. Keep up the good fight. We will look at your career with great interest. Oh! If we had Blink, we could have killed that. And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. Why haven't we done it? Have we done anything with this thing yet? Okay, we did get charge. Okay, we have finished charge. I am slightly surprised that Heaven has not just gone straight into Blink afterwards. We'll be losing the Dark Shrine now, so that's a bit unfortunate. So we'll have to reinvest into that in the future if he wants to make any more DTs after this, since there are none on the field, since they were morphed into an Archon. But the lack of blink is going to be a bit awkward, of course. This is going to give Baby Marine plenty of room to micro around. Going to be going for the Robo Bay very quickly as well, actually. So never mind, he's not really going to be doing too much aggressive blink stuff, I guess. I mean, well, he probably will do some, but I thought he was going to lean much harder into it instead of going straight into Robo Bay like that. I'm actually curious why he's going so fast into Robo Bay. It feels strange. You don't normally see this. Should see that Oracle. Will he get baited into the Stasis Ward is the next question. Baby Marine's going to try to make it happen. Walking right on up. Some nice Blink Stalker micro back. And luckily for Heaven, those two Zealots run on forward to suicide their lives to bait out that Stasis Ward for now. So, crisis averted on Heaven's end. If he had his whole army stuck there, that could have been a very massive disaster. As opposed to a minor disaster. Going Disruptor Stalker off of only 6 gas this entire time, it's so... You have no gas. He's going for double Robo as well. Baby Marine, come on, you need these gases, bro. You can't... You gotta get those faster. Jesus Christ. We cannot sustain this type of army production off of this kind of an economy just yet, so... A bit of a mismanagement there from Baby Marine's side, whereas Heaven's going for the much more overall... economical and efficient army composition, going for the good old Charge Lot Immortal Archon. However, oh my god, he actually gets his shit stuck. However, we still have the mobility as Baby Marine, so we will be able to kill this 4th base nice and easily. It's going to put himself in a nice position. And the longer this takes for Heaven to realize that we are on Disruptors, although he does actually realize it, he should have known already. Unless he just didn't click on this. I mean, the longer this goes, if we can just get enough Disruptors out as Baby Marine, I mean, look at... He's already on 3. He's going to be on 5 very soon here. You can't really just push into 6+ Disruptors as a Charge Lot Immortal Archon player. Unless you just have the most insane split micro that you've ever seen. There's no way you're going to be trading efficiently in a situation like this. We need to go for Phoenix at this point. A double Stargate Phoenix transition would not be strange. He can't, but he will do it regardless. I feel like Kevin really needed to be just scouting around a little bit more and just getting a better tab on what the army was like to just... Because there absolutely is a moment where you can just completely bust a player trying to go for Disruptors way too early, and it's the reason why we don't see it so much. Oh my god, that blink forward is actually kind of crazy, though. We can't exactly do that. Nice Disruptor shot first on those 2 Immortals. We'll soften those up and trigger the shields for the 2nd shot to get a huge landing as well. Oh my god, we're just letting these Immortals walk through right into the Disruptors. Oh, and here comes some more, and the micro is not there. The Zealots, though, the blink forward on top of the Zealots, and now we're going to get surrounded by Zealots. What exactly is going on here, Baby Marine? I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. This is a bit awkward, and the Zealot shot, just barely getting half of those is pretty good, and the second one is also going to get some... Oh, I love Disruptor Wars, bro. I love it. God, I love it so much. Oh my god, give me more Disruptors in PvP, man. Alright, let's see how this one hits. It's going to go right for the Archon. Blinks forward to try and deal with these Zealots as well. Don't necessarily think that Heaven is finding what he wants here. He got a nice little surround with those Zealots, but unfortunately lost a little bit too much before that actually happened. But the amount of Zealots that we have here is actually pretty insane, but the Disruptor shots! A bit overlapping, only get 1 big handful of Zealots. Could have gotten 2, but still a pretty good trade overall if you're Baby Marine, because you're really not losing any units. Observers getting killed off as well. Heaven just left in the dark. No idea where these army movements are going to be coming, and that's extremely dangerous when you're going against such a mobile composition like Blink Stalkers. Gonna try to set up a little bit of a flank. Is this gonna be worth it? Is it gonna be enough? A nice split back on that first disruptor shot is gonna keep a lot of his units alive. A nice one on the second as well. Can we actually get these disruptors? We're trying to charge click onto oh my god, we trapped them with the rocks. Dustin Browder returns yet again. Oh my god, that was sick. I had no idea those rocks had such little HP. Oh, that was awesome. Wow, that's insane. 2 days in a row we get rock I don't know, what do you call this? Rock path denial? Like what? Literally 2 games in a row. That's sick. Or 2 days in a row, I should say. Oh my god, the disruptors are just going absolutely ham on these Archons. This army is unstoppable right now. Even Zealots on the right-hand side dealing with some of the Stalkers, but it doesn't matter. Because this disruptor count is not going down, and they're getting fat, juicy shots every single time. I never updated the score, by the way. This is a... Whoops. There we go. It is going to be a 2-0, most likely, here for Baby Marine against Heaven, as he's putting himself in a very good position to close out this game. Tempest and Mothership. What the hell? That is so unnecessary, but okay. Oh yeah, these have such low HP. What the hell? Why do these have such low HP? That's wild. How many goddamn rocks are there on this map, dude? What the fuck? Dude, this map is Dustin Browder's heaven. And that's an anticlimactic GG. As Kevin, having a bad day, unfortunately, gets banned from Reddit and gets 2-0'd in this series. So sad. Happened last season versus Spacey Mazy in an incredibly crucial match, and unfortunately happens yet again here in another not quite as equally crucial, but still quite important match, of course. This one going down 0-2 to Baby Marine. A bit unfortunate, of course, as we generally are supposed to be... generally, I think the Gooners would be looking for Heaven to clutch up in a situation like that, to at least get one. But Baby Marine proving to be too strong. Secret Service intel is never wrong. Guess not. All right, we're going to be going into Gunner versus Lorimbo in what surely is going to be the longest series of the day. Surely. Give me 1 second, I have to blow my nose. Okay, I returned. Anyways, top left-hand side, making a pool before his hatchery, to nobody's surprise. It is the Lord of the... What's his fucking name that he keeps giving himself again? Lobrensky or something like that? This fucking Lorimbo. Comrade Lorensky, that's what it is. And the bottom right-hand side, playing as the King Gooner himself. It is none other than Gunner. Alright, what do we got cooking here, Lorimbo? What is this? Wasn't this a 12 pool? Oh my god, he got his probes, his drone scouted as well. Okay. Alright, here we go. 6 Zerglings. We're going to have a proxy hatch in the wall. Can Larimbo make this work? Is the question. Let's find out. It's a very large map to be going for something like this, but apparently Larimbo doesn't care about that. Going to be the Forge response from Gunner, no doubt, and the Cyber as well. I like this wall, actually. Oh, wow, that's actually nice. That's a total full wall. The rest distance is actually short. Oh, is it? Interesting. Forge? What? Because it's a proxy hatch with an early pool. Of course you're making a forge. What the fuck? Why are you not making a forge? I love this. This is an amazing wall, though. Look at this. I mean, you even have the gap right next to where the Zealot attacks the hatchery. I love this. And then you can even wall back behind this gate, even if it dies. This is an excellent position. Although, I guess that does make it so you can't attack the hatchery anymore. I don't quite know if I like that anymore. That means this gateway is just going to die. Should get a cancel on that. We get a cancel on the hatchery here, as we're just actually doing this as a fake, remember? Because Zerg players are allowed to do that. Oh, nice clutch gateway placement. Denies those Lings from getting in. And an immediate Nexus going down for Gunner, realizing that he has been fooled. He's been absolutely pranked. I don't know who this favors. I never understand who this favors. I absolutely despise playing against any type of proxy hatches, and I hate them so much, and I never understand how they work. So I really don't know who's ahead at this point. I feel like Gunner is fine. However, this very fast third base is going to turn the tides very quickly here for Larimbo. He did lose the gate, yes. I mean, the thing here, though, is that as Gunner, you kind of know that you are not in any threat of any kind of counter all-in or anything, because it's a gasless opener, obviously, right? And, like, the Zerg has to just kind of sit back and just spam drones this entire time to catch back up, so you can cut every corner imaginable at this point. You don't actually need to worry about, like, oh, is he going to go for some extra Roach Ravager all-in, or like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. So you can just kind of sit back here and just try to get as many probes back up, cut little corners yourself. And try to even, try to get a third base down pretty quickly as well. I honestly wouldn't have even minded if he just went for, if he just cut one of these gateways and just went for a super fast third out anyways. Because what are they going to do? Just run a bunch of slow Lings at you? While on 20 drones? Like, what? I think the correct play in this scenario is to just go for the fastest third you reasonably can. This might still be totally fine. I think it's still good, the amount of good the time that you got it. But I can see a world where you can cut even more corners to get that even slightly faster. Nice catch on some of these transferring drones. Unfortunately, isn't quite able to capitalize everything, but does get a few on the tail end. And if he sticks around, could get 2 more. If Limmer was not paying attention to deny. Okay, we'll be able to deny that one. And even not get the Oracle. Very close. Blink, of course, is the follow-up here. Unfortunately, Larimbo going to get supply blocked. He is making 6 Laser Lords at the same time, though. So that will be dealt with very easily there. We'll be getting those other ones to safety, keeping them from dying. Now we have this third base set up here. Banelings is going to be the response from Larombo. He's not mining out of all of those gas right there. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. Maybe it is, because this one's also only on 2. So he's being Mr. Overly efficient. Alright, he's going to catch some of these Zerglings. Quite nice. What the fuck? A Revelation comes down instead of the Pulsar Beam. Okay. Gunner acting like that monkey just face slamming the fucking control panel. It's like, oh shit. Oh my god, Gunner is actually mega supply blocked right now. That's actually huge. That's so bad. This is such a critical point to make sure that we can keep up with the Zerg in terms of probes, and also ramp up our production to make sure we can keep enough units pressuring. This is actually a massive supply block happening. This is going to kill so much possible momentum that Gunner could possibly have with this Blinkstalker Oracle Force. And then possibly also just keel over and die, because now he just doesn't have anything to actually defend what is going to be a massive Ling Hydra Bane attack off of only 47 drones. I like this little wall. Is Gunner going to be able to put 2 and 2 together here, because he's not quite seen just exactly what Larumbo's planning. Just now is only going to see just how few drones are actually sitting at this third base. And he's going to finally see this massive amount of Hydras coming over. Needs to hightail it out of here, because he is about to be under an immense amount of pressure. Does he not realize that this is actually an attack, or does he just think this is a defensive Hydra force? Okay, now we're trying to send these things home. I feel like we're not reacting with much urgency. We're getting a single cannon to supplement the one battery that we already had. We're anticipating mutas? Or a Hydra drop? What is this cannon battery in the main base? All right, that is definitely a play, as we're now getting swarmed by Hydraling Bane at the front. Units completely out of position, down in army supply heavily. Gunner completely lost in the sauce, not realizing what was happening, despite it being spelled out in front of his very eyes. Banelings crashing in. Very nice positioning, I will say, by the Blinkstalkers to put themselves in these tiny little choke points away from the Hydras and denying surface area on the Lings, doing his best as he can to actually defend against this, forcing Larimbo to dive super deep to be able to combat this. And with these Hydras still with no upgrades, being extremely still, they have the range but not the speed, will mean that Gunner is actually going to defend despite the 20 probe loss. It doesn't matter, because Larimbo is extremely all in with this attack. And with the cannon battery finishing in the main base as well. Imagine if that had even just been in the third. Good lord, an immaculate defense by Gunner. I'm actually surprised he was able to pull that off. Beautiful movement to stay back behind the minerals and these little extra chokes with the pylon and batteries and whatnot. It is so committal when you are the Zerg in this situation, going for an attack with no Hydra speed. You cannot retreat. If you dive deep to try and get the finishing blow, you are so committed. And you cannot get out. We're going to try to go for round 2 now, with Hydra speed finishing up in about 15 or so seconds. We'll see if this is going to be able to find its mark compared to the last one. And this time, though, we are having 6 Templar full of energy. I am failing to see a world. I do not possess the ability to see through the multiverses like Larimbo apparently does, because this is an insane amount of storms to try and push this through. Second wave of Baneling's going to try to go in. The forward blink, apparently, even going to be good enough. And Larimbo taps out. Gunner finds a way to get a map for his team. And a very surprising result. Not the fact that he won in general, just the fact that he was able to win given the circumstances of that game. Honestly, a ridiculous defense. Oh, and then Gunner forgets to change his color. Oh my god. Shame. Shame. Yes, Lorimbo is on the analyst desk today, so he will be able to talk about them. Anyways, on the top right-hand side, always remembering his correct color, despite the tilting loss, it is none other than Comrade Lorensky himself. It is Lorimbo. And on the bottom left-hand side, forgetting his player color. Extremely bad behavior from our captain of the Gooners, Gunner. So we're going to have, yet again, an early pull coming out from Lorimbo. However, this time with an early gas as well. So we'll see what kind of pressure this is going to be. Fake or not. Dedicated or not. Going for just 2 in the gas again, so some sort of optimization happening here. And if he was here to talk about it, he would be non-stop reapping for the next 5 minutes about exactly how this is so perfectly efficient and how it is extremely obvious from the Protoss perspective to know exactly what he's doing just from exactly this one thing, and that we're all retards, excuse me, dummies, for not being able to know what the difference is. Sorry, I've been reading too much Deadly Kitten lately. Anyways, we're going to have a double gate response coming out here from Gunner. Going for the double zealot. I feel like this is an overreaction. I feel like he did pretty decently last game of not overreacting too hard, all things considered. However, this time, yeah, I mean, he's going to go for the super fast Nexus as well. I think it'll be fine, actually. I think this is okay. He's going to see exactly the hatch timing. It's not super far behind. It's kind of just like a normal situation of when a hatchery and Nexus end up kind of going down. So I think this is fine. The problem, of course, though, is then will this be a follow-up attack or not? I think we got the scout off that there was no extra gas being mined in the gas geyser. I'm not quite sure exactly when that probe died. Couldn't remember. But things will just walk away as normal, I would say. Why are we just saying cyan? Oh, because he misspelled it. Cyan. 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 Super Cyan. I'm kind of surprised. Well, no, never mind. I'm not surprised. Never mind. I am not surprised that Gunner is not being aggressive with these early units, of course, because speed is done. Which is why I, in general, didn't really want to see him go for the 2-gate response, because it's like, if you see that, you know that speed is going to be finished very early. You don't have really an opportunity to do anything aggressive with the units that you make so early. Trying to make it to the crevice does do it. Very nicely done to save those 2 adepts. Double Cyber and Sky Toss. Wow. Wow. Alright. Now we got the double adept and the oracle in combination to try and do some amount of damage, and we'll be able to get into the main base with the 2 adepts. Unfortunately, misses the focus fire at first. We'll only just get 1 drone for now. A second one does hit the floor, as the oracle is just sitting here above the natural with 2 free drones right underneath it, but we're not paying attention as Gunner. Oh my god, the most aware Protoss player, Jesus Christ, still gets 2 drones anyway. Guess it didn't matter in the end. Ended up still getting exactly what he would have anyways. It's not the worst amount of damage overall. I mean, 4 drones for 2 adepts. I mean, it's not the most amazing thing, but you take what you can get, and that is exactly what he got. An upgrade would be nice. Hello, Mr. Gunner. Mr. Gunner! You have failed to use your most important tech building as of yet. Hello? Hello? We are floating almost 1,000 resources. Hello? Something with this building. Anything at all. Even glaives. Oh my god, it is glaives. What the fuck? What the fuck? That is not what I expected. Oh, wait, no, okay, it's accidental. Okay, it's blink. What the fuck? Okay. I have no idea what's going on here. This is an insanely large amount of adepts for this type of a game, but here we go. We'll see what kind of damage this is going to get done. I feel like Larimbo is also just completely caught off guard by such a large amount of adepts coming in here. I don't really see why you would ever actually make this many without going glaives. Let's see what it can get done. We've already killed 4 and forced a massive drone pull. We're going to try and split them up, but unfortunately, I mean, it's doing it in the most awkward spot possible, but I think we still end up getting through. Unfortunately, not shift-clicking with the ones on the bottom, which means they're just going to die to the roaches, and the ones at the top will get a few more drones before dying off. The oracles, I believe, were able to get something over here. And 13 drones is pretty good. However, suiciding all 14 of the adepts to get those drones, I don't think that itself is very good. Ideally, you kill this many drones, and you at least get away with some of them. And have opportunities to go back in and force the Zerg player to stay back while you then reinforce back at home. But getting away with 0 of them is not amazing. However, it might just barely be enough. Because we do still have a good amount of stalkers back at home, actually. And that does buy just barely enough time to make sure we do get our extremely late blink finished. Glaiveless star glaives will work, yeah. Holy fuck. Where are all these bad boys going? Are we making a highway? We don't need this many overlords for a highway. What the fuck? Damn, if only he didn't actually blink on that first overlord, he would have just found like 5 more right there. Look, he is going for a highway. What's going on in the natural? Okay, just some lings. It's not gonna do anything. Alright, Blink Stalker is going against the Roach Ravager. Not the best fight for the Roach Ravager, but we'll at least still force the Blinkies away. Does he realize that there's a stasis ward? No, he doesn't! Oh my god, a quarter of the army stuck frozen in time as a gigantic force field at the front of the attack. Gunner. Okay, don't make those go against you. They should be helping you. This is looking very nice for Gunner to start off. We do need a couple more stasis wards. We got plenty of energy on these oracles. We could easily throw down a few more. There we go. Starting to get those filled in. +1 finishing as well. And the drones are being back on the production tab here for Larimbo, realizing he can't quite make it. We forgot the overlords. Yep, they're over here still. Storm and charge on the way. This is going to get very difficult for Larimbo very soon if these upgrades do end up completing. It's going to need to find a way to get some amount of damage done. Oh, 9 drone kills? Oh, shit. Where? At the net? Sorry. Might have been looking at chat. Oh! Going for an attack. Just kidding. Oh! Oh, it's Status, the famous map hacker. Hello, Status. Welcome. How much MMR have you gained lately from immoral practices? Everyone say hi, map hacker, in the chat. Everyone do it right now. Do @status and say hi, map hacker. Everyone do it. All right, we got a huge attack coming into this 4th base. Actually doing a pretty good amount of damage. I wasn't expecting this much damage to get done from just this Roach Ravager. I mean, he's maxed, of course, but honestly, pretty decent amount of damage. I thought that the amount that we had left over from Gunner and the amount of tech that we had coming online would have been good enough. The Oracle's finally getting triggered to go on top of the Ravagers is very nice. And we could get a lot of these on the tail end. Very nicely done by Gunner to snipe some of these. Doesn't want to overcommit too hard, but a nice pick off on the back end. Although these Burrow Roaches coming into the main and natural is going to be huge. For Larimbo, definitely not going to be expecting this as Gunner. Who the fuck goes Burrowed Roaches in 2025? Not many people. And wow, yeah, this is going to be a lot of drone or probe damage, and he really needs it because Larimbo is extremely all in with this. A bunch more drones, I think, maybe died at some point or something. I'm not quite sure. Sorry, I was busy shaming a map hacker in chat. Huge amount of storms about to be thrown on. Holy shit! If we could just get them in range. Okay, there we go. Holy moly. These Roaches absolutely need to go ham. They need to cause havoc on every single side of the map right now, and they are doing just that. Forcing the drones, or sorry, forcing the probes to move all over the place, and they are getting killed off in every single base. 3rd base is the only one that's actually super secure, as it's got an insane amount of batteries over here. But the main has been absolutely ransacked. The natural has got absolutely nothing mining in it. We're trying to push forward at the front, but we're storming our own units. Oh my god. Finally, we're going to start to equal or just stabilize, but even a few Roaches getting thrown here and there. We don't know if we've actually killed everything off everywhere. And Gunner, after having what looked like a pretty solid situation, is now absolutely frazzled. Yeah, the Spire is an interesting sorry, I keep reading chat while I'm talking, and it's fucking with my brain. The Spire is an interesting transition. Holy shit, this is so many Templar, though. What the fuck? Why do we have this many Templar? Yeah, like, yeah, it's true. Like, surely we're gonna be making cannons and batteries in every mineral line anyways, because we have Burrowed Roaches going everywhere. Why would we go mutas afterwards? How many did we even make? We made 3. We have 3 mutas on the map. Has Larimbo cooked too much? Is this an overcook? The 13-minute 3 muta transition after a pool gas before hatch into mass Roach Ravager Queen failed all in into mass Burrowed Roach harass strategy. I guess we're about to find out. I can't believe how many Templar Gunner makes. This is insane. Can we go Swarmost after this? Yeah. A good idea. Where are these mutas? They're chasing a zealot. What the fuck? Oh, the storms. Blanket them. Oh my god. Oh! 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 How do you even fight this, Zerg? Holy shit. Woo! Oh my god. This army is insane. Oh my god, they just don't stop. They never will stop. Oh my god. The bios, though, landing in front of the entire army. Holy shit, hold up. Wait a minute, the storms have finally stopped. And we just took a massive amount of bios. We're going to lose all the Templar because we did not morph them into Archons, despite the fact that we knew that we're going to have to leave them behind. Gunner actually losing this fight somehow. Just kidding. The reinforcing Blinkstalkers and the Stasis with the Pulsar Beams are going to allow us to still swing it. But where is this army? We have so much supply, but nothing on the field. It's 50 million roaches on the production tab. Are we going to be able to get them all together as Gunner is the question. It looks like we will. This game is up in the air still. We don't quite know who's going to take it. +3 being done for Gunner has been very nice in these engagements, but this amount of roaches is very threatening. We definitely have to get some damage done with it very soon, though, because they do fall off extremely heavily once we start getting a couple more storms of energy worth. Oh my god, the storms continue to be absolutely ridiculous! Oh my god, he backed away, but then just kind of stayed in it the entire duration instead of actually getting back out. Oh my god, he took a full damage on that one. A forward blink with the storms as well. Gunner has to be careful. This is not an insanely large amount of Blinkstalkers just yet. And we are now out of Templar energy. Looks like we have one storm. We'll get it down, and it's a massive one, but unfortunately the fourth base will die. This game's kind of a banger. Where are those mutas? Nice. Earlier in chat, Larimbo said, it's hard for them to say the mutas are complicated to explain. Oh, he said he wanted corruptors but misclicked for the oracles. Interesting. What the fuck are your hotkeys that you misclick A instead of C? What the hell? Or is it T? I think it's T, right? How the fuck does that happen? D and C? Grid user. Oops, my production tab's done. Alright. Another attack at the top left-hand side. The storms continue to be absolutely ridiculous. Oh my fucking god, they're insane. Oh my god, they're insane. Holy shit, they don't stop being insane. Oh my god, literally every fucking storm is hitting like max amount of units. Jesus Christ. All of them morphing into Archons now as well. We're not going to blink away from the Ravager Bios, but it apparently is not going to matter because that is plenty on the defensive. Good lord. Units lost tab? Sure. And there's the GG. Oh my god. 204 roaches. And all 3 of the mutas died. Rip. It's going to be a 2-0 for Gunner, leaving us at the most perfect possible scoreline we could ask for going into our live match. A 2-2 situation. No one knows who's going to win. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely wonderful. Both Arky and Frogos are European, correct? I'm assuming. I'm gonna have to exit StarCraft to get onto the European server here. Okay, BRB going to lose 2-0, lol. Oh my god. This is the perfect situation. I love it when we end up at a 2-2 when we have one match being played live. So much anticipation. So much anxiety to know who will win. It's like you're just like, you know, as the team that's obviously played the 2 other matches is like, they know what the results are, so they know what's going to happen. But then they don't know how it's going to end. So they all get to witness it right in front of their eyes. Why is everyone always in a totally random... What is ATPL, Frogos? What the fuck kind of a channel? ATPL? What? ATPL. Okay. Alright, what map is being played? It is Ley Lines First. Very white bread starting map. Oh my god, they both said BRB, gonna get some water before accepting the lobby invite. Imagine not hosting the lobby in advance for Virginia to join. Also true. Also extremely true. This is unacceptable behavior. I should have to do 0 work as the host, admin, creator, owner, streamer, caster, and extremely good-looking person for all of this ATL shit. I should, after all of that, I should have to do 0 work. The least they can do is host a lobby. I had to take a physical walk after that G2. Game 2, as opposed to a mental walk. Okay. What is it? Frogos green, please. As in a literal one, not just a break. Okay. I took a physical walk. Go take a walk to cool off. It's not always meant to literally. Is it? Anytime I ever say that I'm taking a walk, I'm not lying. I'm actually taking a walk. Here's an idea. Why don't we start the game? All right, Mr. Shemetz, Mr. I'm in charge of everything, Mr. Streamer just play game. Maybe it's because there's other people that I'm waiting for, but instead I just want to have us sit here and do nothing while I talk about nothing. Maybe that's the thing that we're doing here. Thank you for your advice, Gislin, but we also want interaction with the posts themselves, so that's why we do that. Alrighty, in the top right-hand side, playing for the Cinque Formaggi team, it is going to be the Zerg player, Arky. And on the bottom left-hand side, playing for the Gooners, it is going to be the Goon Frog himself, none other than Frogos. What did he say exactly? Oh, how did you drop 1k MMR in 2 years? Oh! Oh, he's doing it! He's saying the thing! He said the thing. For the walk of shame, good lord. When 202. I do like some BM. I enjoy when the players BM. We're not getting enough playful banter in the matches, I will say. I would like it if we had a little bit more playful banter. Rocky fucks up the openings to talk shit. I'm gonna lose. Oh my god. It has been very interesting to see the Frogos evolution, having been, of course, originally a 3 Rax Reaper 1 trick. And now sitting here at much less MMR, not as a 3 Rax Reaper 1 trick. It just kind of messes with my brain a little bit. Pussy! Oh, damn! Where's the 3 Rax? What? Shut up. Stop talking. Oh my god, he's diving deep for the single ling, and he's almost going to pay for it. If only that queen was on the right time, that would have been a dead Reaper. That was an insane move to go for 1 fucking Zergling. I can't believe he dove that deep. Dude, I love shitty BM so much. It's so funny. Watching it be pussy and then shut up. that rivals the Magnath Shore to the "I'm fucking your mom" comment or whatever it was from Railgun. Alright, it's a 2-on-1. Yeah, and the classic nice bios, of course. Well, where are these queens going, Arky? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening right now? Tift? What the fuck? I agree with you, Frogos. I'm not sure what I'm looking at right here. But... yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna lose an Overlord as well. Supply blocking ourselves, but we do have 3 more on the way, so I guess that's totally fine. 2-on-1 is a bad build. Arky cleverly throwing out that he knows what build he's playing against, as if it's such a secret what a Terran does when they have this many Marines. Hattie cap. God, I love this shitty fucking VM. This is so good. Mentally, also yes. Also, we. Oh no, he no. He didn't want to complete that thought.
Research.
He didn't want to complete that thought. Okay. Also, we'll never know. I guess we'll never know what also is coming. As we are 3 Marines short from our 2-1-1 timing here. Hey, there we go. Ooh, what's the, oh god. Oh, he gets the Reaper. As our 2-1-1 is going to be hitting a solid 30 seconds late. This decides if we get into playoffs or not. Yeah, it's true. These two teams are, these two players are just at each other's throats with literal fucking rubber ducks. And they're unable to do their builds properly to literally get into the playoffs of a tournament that gives multiple hundreds of dollars for their top 4 prize placings. Alright, our 40-second late 2-on-1 is going to find an Overlord, a Creep Tumor, strike that, 2 Creep Tumors, and some Zerglings. Actually, quite a few amount of Zerglings. I'm not going to lie, actually. That was actually ending up not being the worst trade of all time. It's 28 Zerglings, actually. That's actually massive. Okay. That's actually great. Arky didn't really need to try and attack or just really go all the balls to the wall there. It was not. It wasn't like we were in. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, honestly. He wasn't under threat of losing anything in this. Like, what is this position to us? Like, we're not even expanding down here. We have a base up here that all of our Queen Ling is being drawn away from. And so this base now is just going to get killed. Why are we focusing our defense all the way down here against the 2-1-1 that surely is going to have a second drop coming? That Frogos surely should be targeting the hatchery with, but instead he decides to randomly run to the third base to target a couple of overlords instead. Oh my god, this fourth base could have been dead. Alright, both players are throwing the towel in very early. But this is still going to be a decent position for Mr. Frogos. Assuming he actually makes SCVs, unless he's all-inning. Okay, I think he's all-inning. Oh, the Baneling Nest would be a nice snipe. Just kidding, we're not going to get it. Do have stuff going back into the main base, though. Still more drones getting picked off. The target fire, unfortunately, not there, though, so those extra drones will not be going down. Bleeding off quite a few Marines is Frogos as well, so he's not doing this perfectly by any means. But the damage is still very apparent. Alright, third base down. Who needs SCVs when you just drop 50 mules after not macroing for 5 minutes? Oh my god, we have so much idle shit. What's going on? Alright, Frogos back into the natural. Will be able to snipe off the Baneling Nest this time, forcing it to be rebuilt. This is prime opportunity then for the next units to come out on the front, as there are a grand total of only 6 Banelings with 4 more in production, so this is still very easily microable against. Damn, Frogos is kind of going ham with all this multitask going on. Both players floating copious amounts of resources as well, though. Remember, this is a... Oh, no! Okay, well, if I was about to remind you that this is a Pool 3 match, and I think that is plenty of reminder right there. Just on time. Dude, how many Overlords are just going to randomly die this game? What the hell? This is our 4th Overlord. Alright, let's see what the Banelings are going to be able to do. We have no Baneling speed anywhere in sight. Do we have a lair finished? We do. We haven't even started it because we have lost the Baneling Nest so long ago. And now the Banelings are going to get up nice and tight to those Marines. A nice split from Frogos is going to find himself in a really nice position. This 4th base easily able to get sniped as well. The Overlords hold position. They're now going to be forced to run away as they are supply blocked now. Arky scrambling to get as many units out as possible to deal with this. The Widowmine's not going to be able to do the most amount of damage, but it doesn't quite matter because this Marine count is absolutely insane. Zergling streamlining in one at a time is not going to be able to defend against a Marine ball just like this, and that is all of the Queens dying one by one. Arky flying to the hills with nothing left to defend. Are the Gooners going to be able to go up onto match point first? Let's just remember that Arky was the one that was trying to be so snide and point out the fact that he saw the 2-1-1 coming before it even hit. And here he is losing to that build. All of the drones getting mincemeat over here. Oh my god. So many of these Marines are so low, but it doesn't really matter. Well, it might matter if the Banelings connect. Oh, nope. Nice split. Denies the last bit of defense from Arky. And will likely be getting sent to the Gulag. Okay, we are definitely coping now. Come on, Arky, let's go. Hardcore through this. I'm sorry, Larimbo. GG. So how did we drop 1 KMR in 2 years? Into hardcore through this, I'm sorry. GG. Damn. That is a bit of a turn. That is a bit of a dichotomy of a single player right there. Arky map. The Gooners find themselves on match point. An extremely crucial map about to come up. This is for everything. So even if Cinque Formaggi wins in a potential ace match situation, they're still okay to possibly be getting 3rd place. However, if they lose 4-2, that is not looking very good for them. They would need Blink and Dark to lose heavily if they want to snatch the 3rd place spot. We are waiting for Mr. Arky to pick a map. What are we talking about? What's going on? Still want to send Arky if you end up in ace position. What? Amygdala is the pick. Scoop-a-da-boop. All right, both players are ready. IDK, what happened there? Right. I blacked out for a sec. 0-0, yes. I know what happens. You got clapped. Any response? No? Alright, top right-hand side. Losing the first map despite BMing and starting the BM. It is Arky. In the bottom left-hand side, feeling pretty good about that multitask-heavy style that was able to pick his opponent apart, going for a proxied 2-Rex. It is Frogos. Let's see how locked in Arky is. The BM has stopped. He is full try hard right now to force this to an ace match to give his team the best possible chance of advancing into the playoffs. A loss here doesn't guarantee anything. In fact, it almost guarantees their death. Oh my god, it's a 3rd-Rex as well. It's bringing the... We are rolling back the years, boys. Frogos is going for the patented proxy 3-Rex Reaper. What a map to go for it on as well. Oh my god. This is what you want to see as a Frogos fan. Let's see how he goes. Let's see how he does it. Old Reliable, bringing it back. Oh my god. Here's the top bunker as well. The first Reaper makes its name. What's Arky's decision? What is he gonna do? Panic surely settling in. Nice save on that drone to get the spine crawler up. Surely Panic is settling in right now, because this is probably not what he was expecting to see, despite the fact that Frogos is so very known for this. Has not been doing it in the recent times. And the damage is already starting to mount. Lings dying, drones dying, spines being forced to be built. First Queen does make it out, does kill a Reaper before it gets into the bunker. Actually, very nice there. Could have trapped one of the other ones. We'll get the second! Oh my god, he just barely gets it in. But the Spine Crawler has finished, and we will be able to kill off one of the SCVs. We should try to maybe target down the other one so we can stop this repair. Of course, that means that we can dodge it as well, but the Queen dying! Oh my god, doesn't quite pull it back in time. The Spine Crawler still getting some good damage done as the SCV did die, but the second Queen is going to fall. Where are the extra Lings? Where are the Zerglings? Arky completely misrealizing what exactly is happening, thinking it's just one proxy barracks or something. Doesn't realize it's a full commitment of 3 barracks. He's got no units, 12 Zerglings now on the production, but speed isn't even started yet. The Gooners! Look at them go! Oh my god, I haven't been updating this scoreboard this entire time. What the fuck? No one told me. You guys suck. Oh my god, drones are dying left and right. We are getting some amount of Zerglings out, but how the fuck are you supposed to attack them? Oh my god, there's a lot of people naked and masturbating right now. Oh my goodness. The gulag, I think, is about to be opened. Frogos, rolling back the years. Doing what everyone thought it couldn't be possible anymore. And bringing the Gooners to a 4-2 victory in Week 5 of the regular season. Oh my god. It couldn't have been done in more incredible fashion. Holy shit. That's actually sick. That's hype as fuck. Let's fucking go. The Gooners doing it when everyone thought it was all ogre. Putting themselves in a 4-2 position now. That's going to put them at 16 and 15, right? Yes, I can count. They will be putting themselves from a -1 to a +1 situation. As at a 3-2 scoreline with Cinque Formaggi going down to, I can't do math. The opposite. It's 15-16. So they're at a -1. They're literally just swapping places. They're literally swapping places. The Gooners have now run up to rank 2, and Cinque Formaggi just got blasted down to rank 4 in the standings. Everything depends on Blink and Dark Templar versus Smurf time. I'm going to just show everyone the brackets really quick because this is important. So yeah, the Gooners were at -1, Cinque was at +1. So now they have literally swapped positions. It is a 3-2 now for both, but that means that the +1 goes above, of course. Blink and Dark has not played yet, so they're going to be still sitting here, right? No, I guess, okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, okay, so the ones that don't play still get booted out. Never mind. Okay, so Cinque is still up here. Okay, that's true. That is true. That is true. If Blink and Dark win, of course, though, then that's when they get really pushed down. So it's all on Blink and Dark versus Smurf time. Which is, of course, going to be another banging match, surely. Oh my god. Who's casting that? I have no idea. What did Celsius do? I don't understand. What happened? Oh my god. Celsius leaked your ace? Oh, that's Jesus Christ. Fucking, oh my god. Anyways. All right, let's get going back to the desk, as we will now be able to interview Larimbo himself to hear exactly just how much he's malding. So, welcome back to the desk. Commiserations, Mr. Larimbo.
I mean, we're not out yet.
Yes, but not
Typically,
the result you wanted to see today, for sure.
I cannot flame after playing those 2 games, but like, I genuinely don't understand why the fuck like it's so hard. Like, I genuinely told him, play 60 drones, just make units. No. But what if he like out macros me and makes million fucking workers? It's like, bro, you want 75 workers, like it's a 2.5 base on lean. Like, I just told him to make links and units and get fucking. He played the double upgrade before fucking Bane Nest because he wanted to, like. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like, I practice so hard. Like, I fuck it up. I don't want to talk. Like, my games are so bad. That game 2 is genuinely fucking retarded. Ah, shit. I couldn't say that. I'm sorry. It's like.
That's okay.
Game
I
1,
slipped up there too earlier.
Misplayed it. I misplayed there. The game 1, I played poorly. I don't think his defense was good, but I just played it so poorly. It was actually huge. You didn't notice it in game that I got the wrong upgrade for the Hydras in game.
No,
1.
I was wondering why you did go the range instead of the speed. I mentioned it a couple times that you did do that. I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna just say it was a mistake or anything, but.
No, it was like straight up. Like, the reason why that's so bad is because I cannot micro.
Yeah, exactly.
Stalkers. Like, I get stuck, as you saw. I cannot micro whatsoever. It's so bad. That's why it was a really bad mistake. Game 2, I mean, outside of the Muta thing, which obviously was like a misclick, but I don't think that honestly mattered at all.
No, it wasn't that huge.
It's just, like, yeah, like, it was just, I cannot play like against 15 Storms. There is nothing that counter Storm. I should have gone Larkers, I guess, or played Mass Mute or something. It's just so hard to attack in that composition, no matter how ahead you are. And that map is really good for getting ahead. Like, it's completely broken for Zerg, but it is not really easy to attack into those 3 bases. Like, there is not that many angles. For the Arky games, I have no words. Bay Marine, I'm genuinely feeling sorry for Bay Marine and Revo. They actually, like, you know, practiced hard and did their best. Especially Bay Marine is like got Omega shafted by his team.
Yeah.
Like, I told him a million times, I practiced so hard. I showed him replays, I showed him everything. But like I just, it's impossible. Like, if people don't listen to me, it's impossible. Because the problem is Arky wants to play like a 6k, but it's not 6k. So he wants to go 85 drones. He wants to hold like a 2-base all-in like Serral does. But then he ends up floating 3k, losing everything to multitask and engaging out.
Yeah, it was a bit rough to see. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I appreciated.
And I'm especially annoyed by the fact that he just started talking shit instead of focusing on it. No, I'm actually like Omega tilted by that.
Oh,
like,
that was the best part.
No, yeah, I know it's good for the casting, but like, that makes sense if you're like able to execute builds while talking, you know? But like, if you're floating 3k, why are you chatting shit, bro? Like, come on. Like, why are you spending your non-existent APM into into fucking typing? I don't know, bro. I just okay, Aroku can analyze the games. Bay Marine was a monster. I love him. He's super good. Honestly, he's like generally 1v9ing at this point, because I feel like several members of our team are working for the enemy. I at the very least tried to fucking win the games.
I was impressed by Bay Marine's play overall throughout the couple games that we saw of him on the mainstream. So
his estimation is, I don't know anything of theory. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do ever. I just micro blink Stalker. Protoss is so easy. That's the man. That's the man that's carrying my team. He's so based. He's so fucking based.
Yeah, Heroku, what did you think of the matches?
Well, yeah, haven't they were Baby Marine? I mean, it's kind of funny to see how good the non-Protoss players are at PvP. You would think experience is a difference, but when you just say someone who's actually good at the game to make stalkers and zealots, it kind of works out. And then he makes disruptors because he just want to look cool.
Yeah.
The Lorimbo game, I did watch them on like speed time 8 or something, because I was playing Gunner, so I wanted to scout a little bit. So yeah, my prediction was just completely rigged by this, but yeah. And honestly, I genuinely can't believe the second game. It is. It is. I don't know. Yeah, let's not talk about it too much. I don't want to say a whole Lorimbo bad, blah blah blah. It's one of those games you've had a couple times in your life, and you like rewatch them, and it's hard to rewatch because you're like, how am I this terrible? But yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I don't think there was like the game was really bad, game 2, but I like game 1 where it's like there is one very obvious, like, oh, like this is the moment where Lorimbo really fucks up. Game 2 was just a series of like constant smaller mistakes. I don't use the word small, like constant mistakes, like right and left. So that was the problem there.
yeah. And now, we have to talk about the live match because I think it's an exceptional match. As a viewer, as a member of one of the teams, it is either terrible or it feels amazing. But as a viewer, I'm like, I feel like Arkin watched my games against Coco and he was like, bro, you said one line and died to a 3 racks. Let me one up you. I'm gonna shit talk for 5 minutes, tell him 2-on-1 is bad, then lose all my Zerglings off creep while being down in drones, over drone, and then not make main speed and lose to pure marine on creep. And it's like, bro, that's not enough. I have to go into a second game, shit talk more, and lose to 3 racks Reaper with 2 spines building.
Did he drone after like he had 4 Reapers in his bane?
So I can
He
explain
had like
what
Reaper in
happened
his
then.
base
I
and he
can
made like
explain what
9 more
happened
drones.
then. So I can explain what happened then, but it's gonna just tilt me more. Why he droned? Like I know exactly what happened. So the problem was, Froggy has played in the past a lot of proxy 3 racks Reaper, but he also has played some very limited amount of in-base 3 racks Reaper or in-base 2 racks Reaper, which Aroku was telling me actually says he doesn't play anymore. But from when he was good, that was a thing, right? So we, like, I told him how to play against both, and I actually wanted him to blind counter, but he refused because he wants to play like Serral. So it's like, okay, well, I wasn't even suggesting like to roach all in or something, just like open with fast speed, which makes it significantly easier to defend this because you have 6 links immediately, a queen way earlier, and your speed is 40 seconds earlier. So it's just much easier to hold everything. But against 2 racks Reaper and 3 racks Reaper in their main, you want to drone them. You don't want to get stuck on 20 workers because then your trades are too bad. And I was hoping that he would realize, from the fact there was a bunker in his fucking main, he scouted no access on the other side of the map, and all of the Reapers were showing up 15 seconds earlier and from the wrong direction, that he would realize that this is, proxy racks. But I think he thought that this was in-base 3 racks Reaper, and that's why he went for the drones, because it's the correct play in that situation. That's why he went for the drones there. We actually discussed specifically making drones, and now that's good. But he listened to the one thing that I said, except I was saying that about a different build. So
yeah, that's like one of those little pieces of advices that you give where it's like, hey, by the way, this might happen. It's like kind of not that relevant, but just keep it in the back of your mind. Arky put it right fucking front center in his mind, and that's the only thing he thought about, apparently. So a bit unfortunate there. So yeah, not exactly what the Cinque de Formaggi team was looking for this time around, unfortunately. Puts them in possibly one of the worst spots they could be in going into this last week. So really hoping that Blink and Dark absolutely drops the ball and gets smashed by Smurf time to be able to find a spot in the third place position. I think so.
Like, he talked so much shit that I was so worried. I knew it was gonna end up like this. He was like, I'm gonna 2-0 easy. Don't worry, Norim. I'm not gonna
In case
fuck it up.
anyone's
Like, bro,
wondering, this was going on during the all the games.
yeah. Because okay, is it not true that like I told you that this was gonna happen before?
Oh yeah, no.
happened?
But the thing is, it's the same thing when I come out of the Ace. I came out of the Ace match. I got flamed the fuck off, but it's normal. But yeah, it's like if you say I'm gonna easy to a Froggy, yeah, because you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna do something stupid, and he doesn't know what a Marauder is because that's too far in the tech tree. So you shouldn't even consider droning above 60.
Like, I
ever.
just want to say that of the 6 games that he played, Arky, I prepared him for every single one.
Thank you.
And he did not play what we... Actually, no, he did play what we had agreed on. 1 game against ASRL. 1! 1 game out of 6! One game! I told...
It's kind of beautiful how the best coach, probably one of the best coach in the entire league, picked 4 players that he literally cannot coach.
No, because Arky promised that he was gonna be coached. Bon and I thought he was gonna be fine. Like, that's a fucking problem. Like, Arky was like, you know, like pretends to be coached. That's the worst part.
He pretends to.
Doesn't
He
even
cosplays.
pretend.
He cosplays as a coach.
Cosplays a coachable player. He's like, hey guys, you can coach me, and then he goes into the game.
He fucking shows me replay. He shows me replay. He asks for advice, asks for builds, and then he just completely ignores all we talk about. So like, at least Bonan doesn't even pretend. Like, I go into a match expecting Bonan to perform more or less like Sleep. Like, that's my expectation.
Absolute peak content.
Arky still, yeah, it is true that he did fine contextually in going 3-3. It's also true that he's 400 MMR above everyone else in the pool. Like, I used one of my very first picks to pick Arky specifically for this. It's like, okay, we're gonna get someone good. It's like, okay, this guy, you know, performed really well as the pro. It's like, it's fine. I know he tried his best. He was stressed out. I cannot flame him too hard, jokes aside. I played so poorly, honestly. I cannot... Yeah, that's the problem, Froggy. Like, the problem is that Arky doesn't lose games to the opponents. He loses games to himself. His hubris, his ego, and his mental brain damage. I also... I mean, it didn't end up mattering, luckily. But, like, why does Celsius just say my ace in the chat? Like, can I get a break for 1 second? Can I get, like...
I mean,
can I have like a normal, not even my player, everyone just eats my fucking team. Like, it's like, Bonan honestly spend more time coaching Aluton's player for their incredible -16 result than he spent actually playing the game for his team. But Celsius fucking leaks prep randomly.
why did Celsius know the player?
What do you mean, Aluton? He just literally said that. Aluton. He said that at the start of the fucking thing, he said he was gonna coach your team. Sorry, what did you say, Gemini?
Why does Celsius know who the
Because many captains, especially with the other group, right, since we don't interact, we discuss strategies. So I've helped several of the players from the other group's teams prepare for several matches. I'm not gonna say who I helped against who. We can reveal that after all of the games are done, so there are no misunderstandings. But like, we communicate with each other because we are in different groups, so our results don't influence each other, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking of putting Arky because he forces off races from Gunner and Evan, and supposedly is better than their off race.
Right.
And supposedly, once again, he should be better than both your Brokris and Froggies. And his off race are also high enough that even if he gets forced into an off race by pool 4, like, it was the perfect pick, in theory at least.
The problem, Rainbow, is that Arky is supposed to play StarCraft, not monkey type.
Sorry? I got...
He's supposed to play StarCraft. He's not going to do a keyboard. It's not a keyboard speed typing competition, so... with the current result of today.
I mean, it should put Bonan on the ace. It's a good suggestion, honestly, from Seb.
Hey, let him go 2-5.
Look, all
You
I
can
want
do
to
it.
say is that at least I fucking prepared plans and executed them. I might not be the best player, but at least I tried. Why did I deserve a team of players who don't fucking listen?
The multiverses are out to get you, Larumbo.
Yeah,
This is their revenge
It's
after you
fine.
were looking into them so much the last 2
you know what would
seasons.
be, you know what would actually be amazing? It's like if Hydra's team actually wins. We actually get through. If we actually perform well in the playoffs anyway, like this is gonna be fucking hilarious. Hydra, please. You get eliminated if you lose, bro. Like you get something like, please, for the love of God, tell your fucking guys and girls to lock up. For the love of God. I already know, but Hydras and Gref already played, so that match is already been played. I cannot influence it anymore, but for the love of God, Hydra, please. Your team, tell them to lock the fuck up as much as possible. No, if it was minus 16, I wouldn't be molding as much because I would be like, okay, well, my team just sucks dick. But because I have players that I've seen perform better, you know, like Arki has beaten so many good players in practice. Like when we were practicing, like for the Protoss games, he was beating 5Ks, Grandmaster players, left and right. With the builds I gave them. The moment he has to play the real games, no Lorimbo builds, no macro, no anything. We do whatever the fuck. ZVT the same. He practiced against Grandmaster, like he asked a Grandmaster Terran guy to proxy 3 racks and 3 racks Reaper. And he was like executing while he was defending, was winning the games. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like those are just bad players. It's good players that are fucking ainting it out. Bonner was the same thing. Yeah,
It's very sad.
It's okay.
Hopefully, they're still able to make it in to the playoffs, as obviously your team would be very entertaining to watch. Keep going forward, but today was not their day, apparently, so unfortunate. But we're going to wrap it up. But,
before we close up, Bona still gets execution, bro. It's still like Arki went 3-3, bro. Arki went 3-3 at the very least.
That's true. That is true. He did win games.
Like, I'm willing to put myself at F, but Bonan definitely gets execution. With Arki too. Both of them get execution because Arki might have gone 3-3, but he also was fucking 400 MMR higher. Okay, thank you for this.
Nice. Thank you very much for joining me here, Lorimbo, to air your grievances. Heroku, thank you as well. Any final closing words from you, Heroku?
Yeah, if you're a above 5-3 player and you want to be a captain in this wonderful team league, where you will definitely not mold like Lorimbo the whole fucking time, please sign up for the winter season. Or the next season.
I think every captain has this experience, to be fair, Heroku. It's like, I know for a fact that several of the captains that I was helping and stuff were like, oh my god, why the fuck did I pick this player or that player? But they hinted it, they ran it down in one game. Especially when it's like thrown one games, that hurts. For the captains, know you players, that every time I pull 3, I pull 4, ins a completely one game, your fucking captain loses brain cells.
Dude,
I'm surprised I wasn't kicked off my own Discord 2 weeks ago. So,
dude, I'm so glad that I'm not a captain anymore, or just even playing on any of these teams anymore. It's just being able to sit back and watch you guys all fucking mauled over this is so good.
Hey, it makes
after
you
I had to do this with fucking Gorthauer,
better caster.
Not fucking knowing how to mind drop someone in fucking TVP. Oh my god, I'm very glad that I
still
don't
haven't
have to experience this anymore.
We still haven't learned from the Gorf accident.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me here. By the way. I'm going to wrap it on up. So thank you all, of course. It has been a wonderful time. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully. Heroku, what team were you on again?
I am on the Viet Cong.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
and
you guys are pretty. You guys look pretty safe.
Gemini, what's the legality of physically threatening your players to perform better? Like, is that allowed? Is there a rule against it in the rule book? Can we double check?
Not
Like,
yet. We can make one for you.
acts of
Meet
violence
me out.
prohibited.
Remember, meet me out back after this. We'll find a way that we can maybe make this work. Anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully, both your teams make it through, and we'll get more of you. So, goodbye. I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Nice. Okie dokie. That is going to be that. I am very excited to see what ends up happening with the Smurf Time versus Blink and Dark result as well. Not sure when exactly that is going to be broadcasted by any of the side streams. I don't know if they have agreed on anything there. I'm actually scrolling up and I don't see anything. No. So yeah, no idea on when that's going to get broadcasted, but that is surely going to be a banger, and that has massive implications for the entirety of Group A. So yeah, very curious to see what happens. But anyways, that is all we have for this week on the main stream for the last final week of the group stages of the ATL Circuit 2025 season Spring Split. Whew, did it. I look forward to all of the epic things to come ahead of here, and we will be back, of course, next week. After we learn the full results of the group stages, we'll be back with the first round of the... Actually, it'll just be the entirety of the deciding matches. So we'll be getting the 5th and 6th from... Or sorry, we will be getting the... I can't fucking think. Wait, what? What? First, second... Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. We're going to get the first place of each group, the second place of each group, and the third place of each group. I forgot how my own format works for a second. Going against each other next weekend. That's how this works. Just to quickly mention it just again. So once we get all this formulated or all this figured out at the end of this week, we will be having the third place teams going against each other, the second place teams going against each other, and the first place teams going against each other to determine the seedings for the playoffs. And the 5th, 6th place decider match, of course, the loser of that is also eliminated. So they technically don't actually make the playoffs. But I still consider the deciding matches to basically be the playoffs. So that's what I still consider. Anyways, that is going to be happening next week. So that is going to be super chic. Some banger matches surely to come. So anyways, thank you all for joining me here today. I will be sending you all off to some other stream while I sign this off. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.